Assalamualaikum and hi. So today we want to present step 10 and step 11 Haccp plan. Before we proceed, we are from group Gochi. I would like to introduce myself first. My name is Syafika Akila Binti Subandi. My metric number 194211 and my partner is Tan Jiai with metric number 193800. So our product is veggie delight roll. Basically, this is actually vegetable popia, as we know. So we know that step 10 and step 11 is based on the process flow. And our process flow is very simple. So we just spread the sauce on the heated skin and then add in ingredient and then we wrap and package, then we deliver it. So, Jai, you can proceed.
Okay, now I would like to talk about the critical control point and critical limit of our HACCP plan. But I would like to clarify that because the main focus of our presentation is step 10 and step 11, so this is just a very brief summary of our CCP and critical limit. The reason for us to include this slide into our presentation is because we feel that you might not be able to get what we are trying to explain later on if you don't know our CCP and critical limit. So I'll just go through it very quickly. The first critical control point of our HACCP plan is store vegetables in refrigerator because improper storage temperature will cause microorganisms to grow in the vegetables, which is our main ingredient of the product. So the critical limit for this CCP is temperature, frequency of cleaning, and total plate count. The second critical control point is wash vegetables because if the water used to wash the vegetables is not clean, then it will contaminate the vegetables as well. So the critical limit for this CCP is total plate count, pH of water, and the cleanliness of the water and holding tank, as well as the chlorine level of the water. The third CCP is cut vegetables because cutting can increase the total surface area of the vegetables in contact with microorganisms. So this can increase the risk of contamination. So the critical limit for this CCP is supplier rating and performance, food handling costs and training, and total plate count. And the fourth CCP for our HACCP plan is spread homemade mayonnaise on roll wrapper. This is because the mayonnaise is actually sealed before this process. So during the spreading process, we will open the seal and spread the mayonnaise onto the roll wrapper. So if the mayonnaise itself is contaminated, then it will contaminate our product as well. So the critical limit for this CCP is pH, storage temperature, and total plate count. Now I would like to talk about step 10, establish a monitoring system. So as you can see, for the first CCP, which is the storage of vegetable, operation manager is responsible to monitor the chilling temperature of the vegetables by checking the refrigerator temperature twice a day. So this will be recorded in cold store temperature record. Then the production manager will have to monitor the cleanliness of the refrigerator and cold store by visual observation of the cleanliness of the refrigerator and cold store. This will be done every day and the record will be kept in the process record. Then food safety team leader will monitor the presence of microorganisms in both CCP 1 and 2 by checking the laboratory test result of the microorganisms monthly, and the record will be stored in laboratory test record. It's report. And then for our CCP 2, which is to wash the vegetables, quality control manager will monitor the pH of the water by checking the pH using pH meter every day. So the record will be kept in quality control record. Then production manager will monitor the cleanliness of the wash water and holding tanks. So this can be done by checking the pH of water using pH meter and check the cleanliness of the wash water and holding tanks. So this will be done every 2 to 4 hours and the record will be kept in the quality control record. Then quality supervisor will monitor the concentration of chlorine in the water by controlling the concentration of residual chlorine in the water. So this will be done daily, twice, and the record will be kept into the quality control record. And for our third CCP, cut vegetables, purchasing manager will monitor the supplier rating by checking the supplier rating level and performance record monthly. And this record will keep into the supplier rating record. Then food safety team administrator will monitor the participation of all employees in food handling course and training. This can be done by checking the participation rate of employees in food handling course and training every year. And then food safety team leader will also monitor the total plate count of fresh vegetables by checking the laboratory test result every year. Production manager will check the pH of the mayonnaise in CCP number 4 by checking the pH using pH meter every day, and this record will keep in quality control record. Production manager will also check the storage temperature of the mayonnaise by checking the thermometer of the refrigerator. This will be done daily, and the record will be kept in process record. Food safety team leader will monitor total plate count of mayonnaise by checking the laboratory test result every year and keep the record in laboratory test report. Next, I will pass the presentation to my partner.
So for the step 11, which is corrective actions for any deviations occur. Next. So for the corrective actions number 1, there is two type, which is short term and long term. For the short term is change existing supplier to another supplier with rating above 90% and performance level of satisfactory. For the long term, check supplier rating every month before making purchase. These corrective actions is the persons who are responsible to these corrective actions is purchasing manager, which the record will be kept under supplier record. And the next, ensure employees who have not attended food handling course and training attend the course and training within a month. For the long term, frequently remind employees to participate in the course and training. Check employee participation required a few months before the end of the year, and remind those who have not attend the course and training. So this corrective action is responsible for food safety team administrator, and the record will keep under employee participation record. Next, for the short term, ensure all employees practice good hygiene and reject vegetable with poor quality. So for the long term, visit suppliers' production site at least quarterly to ensure good hygienic practice is followed, and then advise supplier to practice good hygiene. So the person who is responsible for these corrective actions is food safety team leader, and then keep the record under daily line quality control record. For the number 2 CCP, first is reject mayonnaise with non-conformance pH. For the long term, purchase with a supplier who produce mayonnaise that meet the pH requirement, and then pH requirement. The persons who are responsible is productions manager, then keep the record under product record. And then next is adjust the temperature of the store, which for the long term, check and adjust store temperature regularly. So the person who responsible for these corrective actions is productions manager, and then keep the record under under process record. So next, and then number three, visual observations on the quality of mayonnaise, such as color and defects in containers. And then test the mayonnaise to determine potential spoilage and reject mayonnaise with potential risk of contamination. For the long term, check laboratory test result and purchase with reputable supplier. So the person who responsible for this corrective action is food safety team leader. And then keep the record under laboratory test record. For the CCP number 3, for the short term is adjust the refrigerator temperature, and then for the long term, review the maintenance schedule. And the person who responsible is maintenance supervisor under the record process record. And next, ensure that the refrigerator is switched on all the time. For the long term, control hold suspicious lots. For this corrective actions is under maintenance supervisor, and then keep the records under process record. Next is immediately clean the refrigerator if the refrigerator is full with the other substance that can cause cross-contamination. For the long term, increase the monitoring frequency. So the persons who are responsible for these corrective actions is maintenance supervisor also, and then keep the record under process record. For the first CCP, for short term, manually adjust water chemistry, and then for the long term, repair water system. The responsibility is for maintenance supervisor under the record of process record. And then next is remove water that has been used for washing vegetable. And then for the long term, water treatment should be done frequently. So the persons who need to responsible for these corrective actions is quality supervisor. So the record is kept under daily line quality control record. And then next is control of dosage pump of chlorine in water. And then for the long term, maintenance of water line. So this corrective actions is responsibility for quality supervisor under the record of daily line quality control record. So I think that's all from us. Thank you.